guessing it's over, I'm getting closer. Every door that was shut, heaven is open. High, high. Closed captions on every word spoken. Watching my words cause I'm chosen. And I cannot fail to commit. This is my time and I know it. I gotta show shine brightest in the moonlight. Shine brightest in the nighttime. Been waiting on my time.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be discussing Neptune in Pisces going retrograde. It'll move between 29 to 27 degrees on July 11th to December 2nd. I know I'm early, but Neptune's in the same house as Saturn. They're together. And so I figured why not just cover it now? Um, they're kind of, it's all the same because it's in the sign of Pisces. So this is a time for to stop, reflect, and rest. This can feel like whispers of something bigger coming in for the next few years, specifically 2025 and 2026 when Neptune moves into Aries. This will be the last retrograde we have before it moves into Aries. And so that's the reason why this can feel like something bigger is coming. We're going to be kind of like moving out of victim mentality, making excuses, being afraid to take action, and moving more into courage, leadership, getting real about our reality, our dreams, and entrepreneurship. So our illusions will become more visible at this time. I always like to think of Pisces energy as when you're high. Anybody who ever smokes weed, you know that how it just makes you kind of look at things differently, or at least it feels that way, which is very Piscean because Pisces rules drugs and alcohol and addictions. And so it's whatever that high does to you when you get high, or that state of mind, that part of your brain that it lights up can make you feel almost ethereal, like you're walking through life and you're like, oh, wow, I never really seen it like that before. Or I never thought of it like that before. Or this feels different. It's like you're here, but you're not really here, right? And so I feel like this whole transit is going to feel like having one foot in reality and one foot out. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, on the world stage, this can be, these kind of ideas of aliens, and you can even be seeing things um, like little flashes of what looks like smoke or uh, other life forms, right? Very extraterrestrial here. Uh, Sci-fi and kind of all the weird topics and experiences people have and go through can be major topics while this is retrograde. You can have very ghost-like stories or experiences to tell, or out of body experiences. Like when you're asleep, I don't know if this ever happened to anybody, like you're in between sleep and in between awake, but you can't move, you know? It feels like paralysis, you're awake, but you're still really asleep, you know? Um, and what's said to be that's happening when that happens to you is that your soul is out fucking off somewhere, and it just hasn't made it back to your body in time for you to be awake. And so you can't technically move, but you're awake. You could even be seeing, like your eyes are wide open. Um, so you could see what's going on, but you can't move. It could be stuff like that. People could pass out. Even if you do smoke or have any kind of addictions, they can be a lot stronger and have different kinds of effects on you at this time. You can be really, really, really creative. Um, what I like to call these moments are meditation in real life, or while you're participating in life. You can be in a meditative state, like how super creatives do, or people with mental health disabilities. They are some of the most intelligent people on planet Earth, despite their state of mind. Um, I feel like those people are people who are in this very meditative state, this very creative space that allows them to not really participate in life, but they are participating in life just in a very creative space, or in a space that most people have to get high to do, or meditate to do, walk or listen to music to do. But it allows you this space to be very, very creative, learn about yourself, dive deeper into your intuition, um, listen to your intuition guides, signs, symbols, and synchronicities. This could be a time where you have some wild ass dreams, or very unreal dreams. They could just feel very Alice in Wonderland, very even childlike in that way when we're looking at Jupiter. Uh, and whenever we are talking about Pisces and or Neptune, we have to talk about Jupiter, because Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces, and Neptune is an outer planet. So technically, depending on what astrologer you're listening to, Neptune's not necessarily a day-to-day planet. It's a long time overview, or uh, um, um, what's the word am I looking for? Um, More like a viewpoint of the world, like world astrology, what's going on in the world, and things of that nature. And so, typically, when we're talking about how this might affect you in a horoscope, most people won't look at Neptune, they're going to look at Jupiter. And so Jupiter is currently in the sign of Gemini, and that's very childlike. You could even be having dreams, ideas, discussions, reminiscing, going back, thinking back in the past with things around Gemini ruled things. What did you want to be when you were younger? Um, what kind of dreams did you have when you were younger? Things about your environment that maybe perhaps helped you dream better, or inspired you to dream of what you wanted to be when you grew up. Um, and so maybe even visiting your neighborhood, traveling short distances, taking a little trip to do those types of things can spark or uh, inflict those old memories to help you with this new journey that we're embarking on, or being prepared for, I feel like, in some way, to know how to move forward. Um, this could also be having a lot of weird experiences with siblings, like you'll be thinking of them and then they'll call, or vice versa. Even aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews. Even like childhood school teachers and the school that you went to, and kind of, what teacher really, really inspired you, maybe dreaming about her or just memories about her or him. And how that really encouraged you as a child to believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and reach for those things unapologetically or with some unconditional love, despite the fact that you were poor and came to school with holes in your pants, this person still seen your potential and they reinforced that. And so memories of visiting or reflecting on these types of things can be very inspiring to whatever new goals or vision you're being drawn to at this time. Maybe even giving back, donating to these types of things can be very helpful to your journey moving forward. Um, this could also be prison or feeling in prison, which is isolation, which is also still a meditative state. So, when I worked in the prison system, I was profoundly amazed at how talented these people are. We just have a wealth of talent sitting behind bars, which is sad and inspiring all at the same time. Um, but that's because all they have is time. And so practicing that ability to be alone when your intuition tells you you need to do that, and honoring that is a spiritual practice. It's a sign of growth and it will get you very far, especially during this transit. If you're being drawn inward, don't fight it, embrace it. This could look like laziness, not wanting to participate in life, being fed up with the day-to-day stuff. And that's okay at this time. Again, I think you should embrace it, because these are the times where you're reflecting and learning about yourself, your spiritual practices, even um, uh, building a stronger relationship with your spiritual guides, whoever you believe in, God or otherwise. These are the times where they kind of talk to you and show you the way through what you're um, watching, listening to, um, and other things of that nature, right? Even if that means a short little travel that allows you to just days off and go off into places in the outer realms, which is a daydream, right? These are very auspicious things that happen to us, whether we know it or not, that are signs showing us that our guides are with us. They are speaking to us. They are trying to provide us with answers. And when you ignore them, these are when people say you're blocking your blessings, or spirit's trying to get your attention. Are you going to answer the call? And all it takes to do that is to stop, pay attention, hear what you hear, write it down, look it up, and then you just wait until things become a little bit more clear. Because there's no doubt in my mind that we are going to second guess this information that we are receiving. That is just the nature of Neptune and Pisces. Um, and not because Neptune is in Pisces, but literally that's the nature of Neptune and Pisces, is to be kind of in a daze, lackadaisical, naive, not tuned in another world. These kinds of words are relations to you being in direct contact or communication with your spirit guides. And so in that way, it's kind of cool. Again, whether you know it or not, and who cares what other people are saying about that. My specialty is esoteric knowledge. And from those teachings, these are gifts, skills, that we have the ability to do that oftentimes don't get the acknowledgement in the real world that will really allow you or have you believing you're less than. Um, you don't have special powers. You're lazy. You don't want anything out of life. And, you know, your victim mentality, you complain a lot and things of this nature. And remember, two sides of a story can always be true. There's no doubt in my mind that if you're doing these things and that's what you look like, if it's a cat, then it's a goddamn, if it looks like a cat, smells like a cat, and walks like a cat, it's a cat, right? However, it is a part of a process that everybody has to go through to envision your dreams. It all starts in the mind. And the mind, in the ethereal realm, from the Pisces perspective, picks up on things that are coming outside of us into. So, what are we taking in that our mind is trying to process? How this fits into my life? And then you kind of start implementing those things in your daily life. And that's how you manifest, right? And so, the key is too much of anything uh, is bad for you, which is where you get two sides of a story from. If you live that way for your whole life, well, okay, maybe you're a little lazy, maybe you are lost, and maybe you don't want anything out of life, but um, you know, nonetheless, that's still your choice, and people will choose that, and that's okay too. Um, but yeah, so this can be about sleep, how much we sleep, do we get um how much sleep do we get? Are you trying to get adequate sleep? What is adequate sleep? This is about our dreams. Why do we dream? And do we need them? Are they really helpful? How much of our waking life do we spend asleep, not being aware, going along to get along? Um, are we asleep in our relationships or to what's going on in the world, or stuck in a dead end job, or that repetitious cycle of bullshit that I like to call it? That's just my name for it. But it keeps you stuck. We're all in this hamster wheel with this daily routine: get up, go to work, take care of the kids, wake up, do it all over again type of thing. And we all internally want the fuck off, right? We're dizzy. It's hurting our head. It's draining. It makes me tired. I'm unhappy. I'm depressed. I feel like half my life is gone. These kinds of terms can come with being a part of that stuckness. And so it's up to you to take that challenge to go deeper. And that's also another purpose of retrogrades. Um, you know, why are you so comfortable here? What are you afraid of? What are you scared to look into? What are you afraid that you're going to find? And I think in this way, again, the Jupiter and Gemini transit really helps you be more curious. I love Allison in Wonderland for this. And I think this is definitely very Allison in Wonderland, even Disney for that matter. I think they display this curiosity of children in such a beautiful way. Half them damn movies don't be for kids. Shit, I'd be like, and they can end up inspiring you. Meanwhile, kids are like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but that shit was cool because maybe the imagery of it, or the fact that there are children or toys or what have you. But these are very, very, very Neptunian concepts in a lot of these Disney movies that I think they display extremely well. And they're very inspiring. And so if you're looking for some inspiration, maybe you can dive into some of those movies. So let's pause for a minute. I'm gonna hold space right here for the movies, and imagination and being that childlike person. I have to say that out loud, guys. Don't judge me. I did see the movie Tarot. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but spoiler alert. I'm not even going to say a lot. By the way, it was done in Boston. Some of it, anyways. I know all movies aren't done usually in one particular place, but um, I was very proud of that. But I was very proud. I went into that with a nasty attitude, like, oh, they're gonna do the same shit they always do in all these movies and fuck up everybody's mindset when it comes to tarot, but they did not. They did a phenomenal fucking job with that movie because in the end they actually admitted how to get um out of a curse, which was healing somebody. I've never seen that done like that before. It's usually all fear mongering, to make people afraid of these types of themes and ghosts and ideas around this kind of stuff, which is very disappointing, but that's my fault because I keep watching this shit. I can't help it. I love the stuff that I love. So I was very proud, very, very, very proud. If you didn't want to see it, but you have some interest in spirituality, they actually show you how to break a curse. A nasty one, too, is a beautiful example of somebody having hatred, jealousy, and revenge, and how the power of those things can really make people do some real nasty, nasty, nasty things that end up hurting other people. So there was hurt people in there. And a lot of people died unnecessarily. And um, these things happen in real life just with your mindset on these types of things, right? Um, and I thought they did an amazing job of showing how to actually break that curse. And it was just lovely to see. So back to our imagination and thoughts and stuff. You can get some insights and stuff from some movies, some, not all, a lot of them are teaching you the wrong thing and um, adding to this victim mentality and nobody wants to help me, and you got to be careful with what you're taking and what you're watching, what you're listening to, because you do then internalize those things and they become you, and then you're using your heart chakra, your Care Bear stare to emanate that heart, um you know force field around you, Neptune, the invisibility force field around you, to bring that's to what you attract. And that's not healthy, right? And so healing is necessary, ownership and accountability is necessary, and not letting that stuff become you, because you're so scared or so afraid to address those deeper wounds that I think retrogrades do very well. Is they force you to go deeper into what it is you need to change, transform, acknowledge, and accept about yourself. And everybody has them. Some people are better at hiding them than others. So there's not a right or wrong or anything like that. Um, everybody has different ways that they deal with these things. So, but yeah. So on the opposite side of that, dreams give us valuable insight to our fears, desires, issues that are unresolved in our waking life. Dreams inspire us, help us solve problems, give ideas, and help us with our personal growth and opportunities. They can help us with our thoughts, feelings, provide guidance. They are warnings from our subconscious mind, or i.e., your spirits and guides. And so it's important to pay attention at this time. Tune in. I don't think you're going to be able to avoid it. It just might look crazy. You might not believe what the fuck you're seeing. You might question that shit. And all the above is okay. As long as you ask, what is this exactly? What are you trying to tell me? These are ways that you talk to your guides, but also more importantly, um, the skills that a lot of people, in this world, I don't think intentionally, it's just cultural, will not tell you or acknowledge, which is why we feel so lost, that you have the power, you know? And the more you do these types of things and you start to actually get answers and see shit, you like, damn, nigga, I definitely had a dream about that. Or I definitely remember daydreaming and having this kind of ongoing conversation with myself, i.e. my guides, your superpower. Um, and I don't give a fuck if it was 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 months ago, a week ago, a day ago. I don't care how long it takes. The point is when you see that dream, sign, symbol, synchronicity come to light, that is your moment to acknowledge I am somebody, somebody special, somebody worth it. And I don't think that we get told that a lot. And so, of course, we err more on victim mentality and we don't take the time to heal or do the necessary things that help us grow and evolve. So be easy on yourself. Don't take this time as a way of saying, well, maybe I'm not meant to do that because you have a hard time focusing or making the moves or things just aren't working. It's a retrograde. To be quite frank, nothing's going to work out because it's not time, not because you're not worth it, right? This is time to rest, retreat, self-care, take baths, go for walks, meditate, listen to music, be creative, envision, visualize, think, take the ideas, and play around with them, have fun with it, and don't get caught up in just one thing. And don't be afraid of doing too many things, because that's another thing that's going to come up with Jupiter and Gemini. And I know I've already said it, and I'm going to keep saying it because America is opposite day. Anytime America says don't do something, do that shit. Right. And so they'll tell you, you'll hear a lot of other astrologers saying, be careful for taking on more than you can chew and all these other things. However, again, it is a part of the process, is to learn many different things. Remember, Gemini rules vocation, right? And so I don't know if anybody's ever been to vocational school. I'm not even entirely sure if they all run quite the same, but when I went, that first year was about taking on all the different shops that they had to offer. And that whole entire year was about just learning to see which one of those shops you were going to choose for the following 3 years, right? And that is a part of the process. However, again, if you are doing that all the time and you're never actually doing anything with what you're doing, okay, now that's a problem. And that's different than saying, be careful with over access. Sometimes trying on different things is necessary in order for you to know if you're actually going to like it or not. These are trial periods. This is your 90-day period when you first get a job. This is all those subscriptions that you have, that 30 days, try it out, see if you like it. So you can see where these things are implemented in life, and they're very necessary, just period. Because somebody can sell something with words that is like, oh, that's that's what I want. But when you get in there, you like, bitch, you lied. You tried it. And, and this is not for me. And so at that end of that 30 days, 90 days trial period, whatever it is, you just cut it off. To the outside looking in, that's going to look like to a lot of people that you're doing too much. Again, we come up with all these kind of lower expressions of words to explain it. And remember, again, two sides of the story can be true. That if it looks like a cat and it walks like a cat, it is a cat, okay? But don't stay there, right? And people can say whatever the fuck they want and be right, but not knowing that God spirit, your superpower, has another plan for you, so long as you can hone in on these trial periods, take from them what you need, and grow within that process. Okay. And so the best way to deal with this time, some of the things that you can do is keep a dream journal, look into the symbolisms of your dream, tell yourself before you go to bed that you will remember your dreams if you're somebody who doesn't, because a lot of people don't. And that doesn't mean that you're better or less than anybody who does, because they say people who remember their dreams are more grounded, and have good mental well-being. I know people who remember their dreams who don't accomplish shit in life. So I tend to disagree with anything most of the time because I know my ancient esoteric Egyptian knowledge. And so even just if you look at astrology, you can put the word imagination in front of any zodiac sign, house, or planet and show how differently that plays out for each sign. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, basically. And so let's not get caught up in this idea of, whether or not you remember your dreams and if that actually means that you have a good mental well-being, because that's not necessarily true. You just might do it differently, just like with meditation. And I did do a bigger video on this. I don't remember what that video was. I probably was on my other channel, but I talked about being able to meditate has absolutely fucking nothing to do with sitting down on your ass with your legs crossed and being able to sit in silence. The fact that that is out there pisses me off. Not because I think that there's something wrong with it. It's just that, again, other people looking at that are going to be like, well, damn, I can't really do that. I really struggle with the ability to do that. That's because that's not how you meditate. And then again, what you do is you inflict others to feel like there's something they can't do or there's something wrong with them, because they might really, like, again, when you're selling something, words can sound great. When somebody talks about meditation, like, bitch, I need that. Like, I could use that ASAP. How we do it? What do we do? And then they try it and they can't do it. And this is where astrology becomes really, really awesome, because then they can look at your chart and say, well, these are some of the things that you can do for you as meditation, which can be all these things that I'm getting ready to talk about here. Right. And so that's journaling, looking into the symbolism of your dreams, writing that down as well. Don't expect to get an answer right away. However, if you're one of those people who are super intuitive and you're like, bitch, I know exactly what you're talking about, good for you. I have a feeling it won't be that easy. And you might not see it until after the transit, which is later this year. Even until Neptune moves into Aries, or it can just be another step to it. Again, for everybody, it's going to be different. Telling yourself that you're going to remember your dreams before you go to bed. Maybe like an hour before you go to bed, avoid using electronic devices, watching TV, just unplug from any kind of screen or device, because, essentially you are the device. And I think I talked about this as well. And when Neptune is retrograde, it amplifies that skill within you. And you're always going to feel like you're out of sorts, in and out of consciousness, lethargic, high, like I was talking about before, disconnected, questioning everything, questioning what you're seeing. And these are all indicators of what devices and screens provide for us. It is a projection. If you know how movies are made, I don't, so I can't explain it to you, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's language around this, but if you know what it takes to make a movie, these are all things that Neptune is going to heighten within you. You have these things, is what I'm saying. It's not just about the final product. So it's not just about the movie. So maybe even watching things like the director's cut, how they made the movie, even looking into who the director is. They have these private personal portfolios, look deeper into their life. A lot of these people are historians. It is not by mistake that they know this information and then put that final project in such a way where it doesn't really show, again, how you as an individual have this skill, but it is undoubtedly something that you have within you. Um, and this is all in your meditative state, your subconscious mind or REM sleep, all these different layers of sleep. I don't know the correct language for them. You can go look that up too, read that knowledge. It is going to heighten this sense of, oh shit, I never knew that. And you will start to see differently or clearly. Even be comfortable and accept this feeling of lethargicness or in and out of consciousness or lack or disconnected, because you're going to immediately start to understand, I'm just in REM, or I'm just in my subconscious, or if you're super spiritual, I am connected to the divine. I am in direct communication with my superpower, you know? And this is where all of our ideas and things come from that allow us to build and create the world we are living in. Remember, it is all about a projection. Or again, if you're super spiritual, this is as above, so below, as within, so without. So the stars, astrology, planets are projecting onto us as everyday people. We are internalizing that inwardly, and then we take those things and we are inspired by those things and they become us. We attract that. We learn more about it, and you become teachers and builders and whatever. This is why I call it a superpower, right? And so it's up to you to do the research so that you don't feel like you're less than how you could possibly be feeling during this time. It's important to do that for you to grow and evolve, because it is hidden. This knowledge and information is hidden, and it is intentional, even though, I'm trying to stay away from these kinds of conversations because I've learned that it's just, to be quite frank, the thought of it makes me want to take a nap, to think that somebody would argue or disagree with me at this juncture in life. But I'm also trying to be respectful that just because people don't agree doesn't mean that we're not on the same page or that they're not learning in that way. It's just different language, different strokes for different folks. And this is just another reason why it's super important to connect with those who are into what you're into. It's less stress and more peace. And sometimes it's good to involve yourself or appreciate those moments when you do have somebody who disconnects with you, because it might challenge you to change your language and how you look or explain things. And there's nothing wrong with that either. So this isn't about good or bad, right or wrong. This is just about evolution. And it's really just that simple. And I really think that's where we're moving to, especially with Pluto and Aquarius, right? Because Pluto and Aquarius isn't leaving anybody behind. This person loves humanity from the depths of his soul, and the thought of leaving someone behind hurts. And this is where you get this kind of idea of like a martyr, where he's going to steal the lightning bolt from the higher ups to give to the people. Now they got power and they have the power to fight that, and so we'll see a lot of upheaval. You'll see it in your life with people as you grow and evolve, that they get nasty and take offense to it, and give them a hug anyway. And if you don't have the strength to give them a hug, pray for them anyway, because they will meet you there eventually. Pluto and Aquarius is going to see through with every fiber in their being. By the time Pluto and Aquarius transit gets done, we will all be on the same page, right? And so it's important to know that. And so, unplug, okay? Because Neptune retrograde, any retrograde, it's not just Neptune and Pisces. It's not just because it is Pisces. All retrogrades say go deeper. Um, and that's where you get evolution and personal growth. Um, and so you might always feel out of sorts. I said this already, sorry. Um, I love this topic just as much as I love Pluto. I can't remember what signs I'm supposed to be on. I'll start that maybe next month. I don't know. I'm working on a lot of stuff outside of here, so be patient with me content wise. I hope these videos have been helpful. But I think everybody's so wrapped up in this retrograde that it's not gonna fucking matter anyways, because we're all like, fuck it. Everyone's gonna be in a fucking mood. Trust me. If you're not feeling it already, it's just what time it is. So accept, appreciate, uh, give hugs, and wish others well. Okay. And so um da, 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 da. So yeah, so if you feel like you don't need to be on social media, or you want to just disconnect from it, it's because you're tapped in to your inner internal self, to your internet, your universal soul, your universal entertainment. Okay, remember, you are the entertainment. I don't care if you can't fathom what I'm saying right now. I'm going to say it again. You are the universal entertainment. You are the internet. It's you. And it's important for you to know it. Okay. So I did talk about looking into Gemini, which can be of excess, scrolling, excessively, social mediaing excessively, being hyperstimulated, overstimulated. So turn everything off an hour before you go to bed. Read a book, unwind, come up with solid bedtime routine. This will be very helpful for you. Get some good rest and downtime, which is not about sleeping. This is simply sitting and doing nothing, which is also a meditative state. Okay. Um, um, sit and do nothing and enjoy it. Get you a rocking chair. I think sitting and doing nothing in a rocking chair is the best fucking invention in the world. Let me tell you something. Just to be sitting there rocking and shit, playing around with the different. Okay. Yeah, I would find something like that exciting. Don't judge me, okay? It feels good. Get you a hammock and get somebody to push that bitch. Um, it's like being in the womb again. And Neptune is about pregnancy, not like Leo, which is the act of, that act of injection, that point of content when the sperm meets the egg. That one little lucky sucker that made his way through. Ah, it's conception. No, 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 no. Neptune is the birth. It is the life of the baby in the belly, right? And so doing things like listening to that music that's like whoa, 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 that sounds like they're in the womb humming. Um, these kinds of monotones, yeah. um to get you in that space of meditation. These things also are considered meditation. um and then you move around when you're in there because the mom's doing all kinds of fucking shit, right? And so rocking, walking, um even dancing, any kind of movement, twirling. I'm pretty sure it's called whirling because I want to say no twirling, but I'm pretty sure it's called whirling. This is another esoteric, ancient Egyptian thing that they did, literally whirling to help you learn your balance, like hula hoop. Ain't that what what's her name said? Bitch, get you a hula hooper. Then you know that's when you the motherfucking shit. And you hear that hula hoop go. I think the name of that show is Chandelier. I can't remember the comedian's name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Get you a motherfucking hula hoop, bitch. Oh, so any kind of like exercise or stretching is maybe more Piscean. Because it is really about sitting and doing nothing. But again, everybody doesn't operate that way. So stretching the confines of this idea so that people can know whether they're doing so or not. You are meditating. And that is your superpower, and don't let anybody take that from you. So this could be sitting and listening to music, sitting in a bathtub, getting a massage, or doing like spa stuff, self-care. Um, and I'm pretty sure you guys, I mean, I feel like that's enough information for you guys to take and stretch it for yourself. Because they got all kinds of really weird shit. Like I seen Kelly Rowland doing the ice dunk with the fucking ice and the ice cold ass water. Bitch, let me tell you something. The ice water challenges, that's what it's called. It won't be me. But believe it or not, because the ocean is so cold, this is very Piscean. And it could be very meditative to folks. I didn't do no research on it, but I don't really know what the purpose of doing some shit like that is. But I could imagine the benefits of it, because when you're in that ocean and that should be eating your ass up, and you stay in that bitch too long, you'll get frostbite, you know. So I know that there's some benefit. I just don't know what the fuck it is. And it won't be me. I don't even like the ocean because it's too fucking cold. If I get in some water, I want that shit to be like a sauna or a jacuzzi, where it's warm, not hot, but warm. So yeah, things like this can be very helpful. Um, and doing these things can help you memorize things. It can help with your ability to learn and your ability to emotionally process things. So this can be about not seeing the results of the work that you do around these themes, or not seeing our lack of structure, like messy schedules, just being messy in general, the inability to focus, or not being and or feeling grounded. You definitely gonna feel like your feet are off the ground. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. So if you could walk outside with no shoes on, this might be the time to do such. I said walking, meditation, listening to music, and any kind of creative project or activity. This doesn't have to be something that you necessarily like doing. You can go learn to play an instrument and have absolutely no interest in it at all. It will put you in a meditative state. You will have to focus and challenge yourself, and this can help you. Like I talk about doing brain exercises, tying your shoe with your left hand if you're a righty. These things help your brain look at things differently. It pauses and it says, wait a minute, bitch, that's not how we used to do things. Why are we doing it that way? And it will move around, the same way you exercise your body, your brain needs those things, right? And so doing stuff, creative stuff, all kinds of creative stuff, whether you're into it or not, can be really, really helpful at this time. And any kind of reflection and isolation, and I said journaling, can be helpful as well. So again, as usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.